Rewards? What? So all I gotta do is bust it low, spread it wide, and I'm getting rewarded for it? Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to Inner Healer. I'm Shakri, and today we're going to be talking about how to keep the marriage alive. Now, why would we be talking about keeping the marriage alive? Because sometimes the marriage, you go through ups and downs. You go through spells where you love them, you want to be around them all the time, you can't resist them. And then there's other times where you're like, I can't stand this man. Will he go somewhere? Will he go for a walk? Go take a ride. Go. Just go be somewhere else. Go in your man cave. Go do something. Go get out of my face. No, that happens if you're being together for a long time. There's not going to be peaches and cream every single day for years and years and years. It's not going to be like that. There is no perfect relationship, but there's always a perfect person for you. You have to find that person. The reality of it is everybody's not going to get married in this lifetime. Some people don't want to get married, and some people are just not going to find that person. The ratio is actually off. There's more women than there are men. So the idea of polygamy, I understand it because I understand the ratio. But here we're going to talk about monogamous relationships and how to keep the spark alive in your marriage when you're monogamous. Man and woman come together and they get married and they join as one. And how to keep the spark when the spark dies down. Because sometimes it does. But then how do you get it up again? Your spouse is your companion that you walk through this life together with. They become that go-to person. When you have an emergency contact, you're not putting your friends, you're not putting your parents, you're putting your spouse, because that is your emergency contact. Even when you're mad at them, they're your emergency contact. Even when you're mad, you're still going to make dinner. You're still going to do the things when you're mad. Because just because you're mad doesn't mean that the love fades out. Just because you're mad, doesn't mean that agreement that you agreed upon, the contract is not over. Just because you're mad. Just don't put that anger into the food. Now, these are in no particular order. I don't like to put them in order. As I write them down, as I think of them, I write them down, and that's how they come out. It's not in a particular order. They're on the same level. You might feel that this one is more important than that one. It has to resonate with you on what you want to focus on more. Number 1, communication. You always have to be in communication with your spouse. You always have to check the temperature with them. You need to know what's going on. How you feeling? How's your mental? Knowing how someone's mental is very, very important. Some people are suffering in silence and you don't know. You can be married to someone and not know that they're suffering. So checking in, having daily checks. What's up? How you doing? How's your mental? How's your heart today? Some people can sugarcoat it. How is your heart? That's on a whole nother level of caring. You don't really hear people asking, how is your heart? That's different. That's going to stick out because that's not something that they hear on a regular. Unless you in this house, you know what I'm saying? Like, how's your heart? How's your mental? You good? I need to check in with that mental health check. I need to know what's going on in your head. You okay? Come on, dump it on me. And if you feel that it becomes too much, then let them seek outside help because you're not a fixer. You're not going to be able to fix everything. Sometimes they want you to just listen. You ask the questions and they just going to blurt it out. And they just want you to listen. They don't want you to solve the problem. And also in communication, you're communicating with them. You're not communicating with your mom, your dad, your cousin, your sister, your brother, your friend, your aunt, your uncle. You're not communicating with no one else about them. You're communicating with them about them. Keep folk out y'all business. Keep folk out y'all marriage. A lot of people's marriages break down because they want to let everyone in. It's not people's business what's going on in y'all marriage. Number 2, amazing sex. Mind-blowing sex. Now, you are a covering for your spouse just as well as they are a covering for you. If you're putting it down in the bed, and this is not to say that this is, oh, this is the end all be all. But if you're putting it down in the bedroom, how do they have enough time to seek out anyone else to have sex with if you're giving them the sex? No, I get it. Sometimes we're too tired. So what do you do in that event? You're not tired every day though. If you're too tired every day, then something's got to give. You might got to get some help to help you with everything, or help you with whatever it is that's getting you too tired, because you need that spark in that marriage. You don't want them to just be a body there, a roommate, a routine. You don't want sex to be a chore. You want to actually engage in it and enjoy it and want to have it. You can't wait to have it. You want to savor the moment. It could possibly help you guys focus more. You're able to release. So whatever is built up, you're able to release it out. So you're able to relax. You think clearer. You're able to focus more. You don't have all this pent up energy in you. And you're doing this with your spouse. You get rewards for having sex with your spouse. That right there, rewards? What? So all I gotta do is bust it low, spread it wide, and I'm getting rewarded for it because I'm not fornicating? Me and this person stood before God and said that we vowed to be with each other. And then you telling me I can get freaky with them and get rewarded? What? Sign me up, Alex. You can try new things. You can do possibly any and everything except for the back door. And when you're on your menses. What? That's amazing. You can play dress up. You can be whoever you want to be in that bedroom. So learn some new things to spice that marriage up. Get some sexy clothes. Walk around the house with them, or walk around your bedroom if you have children. Walk around your bedroom in them. Go on YouTube, learn how to twerk so that you can be in that room butt naked twerking. And he'd be like, what? Come on over here to the bed. Bring that to the bed. And also, even if you have children, get a babysitter. Or if you have a YMCA in your area and you become a member of the YMCA, they have drop-in care throughout the day, during the day. If you want to get it in, get a session in during the day. If you want to get a session in during the night, then you have to find things in your area. There's the country club around here. They have drop-in care. If you're a member, you can drop your children off there between 5 and 8 in the evenings. And that's y'all's house. If you want to bless the entire house, if you want to spread it low, drop it wide, drop it low, spread it wide in every room in that house, that's y'all house. Obviously not your children's room. But I'm just saying, just make sure that you're not getting frustrated with them because you have pent up energy in you. Let that energy out. Release it. Number 3, date each other. Things you guys like to do as dates. Going for a walk. Just going for a ride in the car. Going to the movies. Locking in, staying in, and having a date in the house. Maybe getting a caterer and they come in and they're cooking for you guys and you don't have to do anything. They're cooking and they're cleaning. Getting an Airbnb just so that y'all can do that. Going away to a hotel, a vacation, just dating each other. A lot of times we get into the marriage and then we stop. But that you're not at the finish line. It's ultimately it's not a finish line. The only finish line is when one of you guys are deceased. You've completed your assignment. So everything that you did to get with them, to get them, you continue to do it so that you guys can keep each other. Were you dating in the beginning? Well, plan dates. Painting together. Anything that you guys do to make you guys happy with each other, just to have that spark, have that happiness, have that closeness, that togetherness with each other, having fun with each other. Y'all might want to go play laser tag, go-kart riding, bumper cars, going to the carnival, getting on the Ferris wheel, but doing things that is going to keep you guys together and not drift you guys further apart. Going to your place of worship, going there together, sitting there together, getting the word together. If you're Muslim, you're not going to be right there next to your husband, but even still, y'all getting the same word because you on one side, he's on the other side. Getting that word. If you go to church, y'all right there next to each other. If y'all go to a meditation room, y'all sitting right next to each other. Do the things that you guys love to do to keep on dating each other, to keep that spark in that relationship. Y'all can even go on a date to the nail shop. You guys are getting a pedicure so that you don't have crusty feet cutting you in the bed. So that he doesn't have crusty feet cutting him in the bed too. Y'all going to get right together. Y'all going to the mall. Y'all walking the mall. You don't even have to spend money. Y'all just going walking. Y'all can go window shop together. What reminds you of the beginning of your relationship? Do those things. Number 4, spending reasonably. Now, the man is the provider and the protector of his home. So you being his wife, you are not going to just frivolously spend. You're going to make sure that you have the house stocked up on all of the necessities that you guys need. You're not going to make selfish spending decisions. Like right now, me personally, I have a fabric shopping addiction. When I get fabric, I don't get fabric for just 1 or 2 outfits. I have to get fabric for 15 outfits. So for me, I feel like I should spend my own money on that. I shouldn't go to my husband in order for him to get me fabric. Now, if I'm saying, babe, I need fabric so that I can make 5 outfits, okay, that's something. But if I'm going to the store and I know how I am when I go to the fabric store, I'm going to go in. I'm going to see this color, this print, that print. I'm going to just go in. I learned how to trade options just so that I can have my own money. Just for that reason. Because I know that when I go into that fabric store, I'm a blow a bag. And I'm going to do it unapologetically. Because that's something that I love. I love putting pieces together and just looking at the creation of what it makes. Not taking advantage of the fact that he is the provider and the protector. If you guys are purchasing your first home, you're not getting the $300,000-$400,000 home. You might get the $150,000, $200,000 house. You're going to work towards that dream house. You're not going to put him in so much debt in the beginning that he has to climb out of it. He has to work hard until he's killing himself, working to pay for this home. Yes, you want to be comfortable. We all want to be comfortable. But you make that home comfortable. That first home is that starter home. And guess what? After a year, especially if you use an FHA, after a year, guess what you can do? You can relocate wherever you want. You can move out of that home. And then now you can put a tenant in there. And now they're paying that mortgage. And now you can get that next home. The home that you initially wanted. Maybe it's not that home, but maybe it's in that neighborhood. Maybe it's in a better neighborhood. But you're not putting him so much in debt. Maybe you guys start out buying your cars cash until you work your way up to getting the nicer car. Okay, now years down the line in the marriage, now you're able to get the car with the car payment. Or you're not getting 2 cars. You're sharing the vehicle because you don't want to abuse the funds. Yes, if you have children, the vehicle should be home with you. So you have the family van home with you. And if he wants to get like a beater car that he spent cash on, then yes. But we're not putting him so far in debt that he's killing himself to work in order to pay all the bills. I love my husband being home with us. I love the fact that we know how to trade options and we can do that from the comfort of our own home. If we didn't want to go outside for that day, especially if it's Monday through Friday from 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, 8 in the AM to 4 p.m., we are able to trade. We are able to go into our stock accounts and get money because that's a skill that we learn. So if you have that provider and that protector and you have a shopping problem, do something to get that money. Just because we know that they are the provider and the protector, we don't abuse that. We don't take advantage of that. We don't spend frivolously. Oh, we want this just because. We're not going to Starbucks every day to get a coffee. Maybe, just maybe, you're going to make your coffee at home. Learn how to make it like Starbucks. YouTube teaches you everything. Somebody out there know the Starbucks secret. Figure it out. Make your own coffee. That's one extra trip that y'all can go on. As a couple, as a family, as whatever. That's how my mind works. That's how I like to look at things. I like to look at things like, I'm not going to spend way too much money. If I want something just for me, I should have just for me money. And because I learned how to get just for me money, I do just for me things. I might want to do something just for him on that day. Don't be a financial burden. And also, when you are getting money, you're putting money up. You're learning how to only spend a certain percentage of your money. And the other money you're putting up. Maybe you are buying shares and you're not trading options. You're buying shares so that you can accumulate wealth. It only takes one. And then you buy another one. And then you buy another one. And then it becomes an addiction. It becomes a habit. You become a consumer of the stock market versus being a consumer of stores. You can purchase stocks in those stores. I have favorite stores. I buy shares. Favorite shoe brand. I have shares. I have a couple iPhones. I'm recording on one. I have one here. I have one there. Guess what? Shares. So many iPads around here. We will be fools not to have shares in Apple. Everyone in this house, monthly, you get shares in Apple. If you don't get shares anywhere else, you're getting shares in Apple. We watch SmackDown every Friday. We watch Raw every Monday. We watch every event that WWE puts on. If we didn't have shares in WWE, we would be fools. We consume that a lot. So we initially want to get paid for the things that we're doing. These stocks have dividends. You want to do everything that you can as a couple, first of all, to push the family forward, but also as individuals, because you are an individual as well. So what can you do to push the family forward? Even as a stay-at-home wife, there's things that you can do to push the family forward. It doesn't have to be monetarily. Feeding them life. You're speaking life into them. But we're talking about spending. So you're not spending the money on things that you don't need. And if it's things that you want and you have the money for it within y'all money management, then you get it. But if you don't, you figure out how to get it on your own. Whatever you do, don't live beyond your means, because you don't want to live with a stranger. You want to get to know this person that you're with. And living beyond your means, you're not going to be able to do that, because he's going to always have to be at work. And when he's not at work, he's going to be home too tired to talk to you, or if y'all have children, to talk to your children. So now what that creates is an unhealthy environment, because you're mad that he's not helping. He's not talking. He's just checked out because he done been at work on his feet all day. He's tired. Number 5, praying with and for your spouse. A family that prays together stays together. Speaking life into them. Giving them words of encouragement. Being that listening ear. But most importantly, praying. Marry a praying person. Someone who's sure of themselves, who knows themselves. No one can come in and tell them who they are, because they know who they are. Be that safe space for each other's vulnerabilities. You guys are able to come to each other and speak with each other and let each other know what's going on, how it's going. A lot of times men shut down from us because they'll tell us something and we'll throw it back in their faces. Not intentionally, some of us, not intentionally, but then they start to shut down and they like, I'm not telling her nothing else. You don't want it to be like that. You want the lines of communication to be open. And then if they're not, like I said, to keep it alive, pray for them. Pray that y'all can get back to a space where the lines of communication are open. Number 6, obey your husband. Not be oppressed, but obey. The husband is the leader of the house. So no, he's not coming to you and he's not oppressing you and he's not treating you as if you're his child, but he is setting the rules. I mean, let's be real. When he has a mood, it changes the whole mood of the house. If he comes home from work and he's jolly, he's happy, guess what? It's a good time. It's a good time in the house. It's a good time with him. It's just a good time. If he's had a hard day, you want to still be that person that's smiling, that's encouraging him, rubbing his back, taking his shoes off. You don't let anyone come in and tell you, you don't do this for him, you don't do that for him. Whatever agreement y'all have within that marriage on what obeying him looks like, that's what you're going to do. Because guess what? If push comes to shove, guess who's going to hold that family up? Not hold y'all down. Guess who's going to hold that family up? Who's going to lift that family up? Who's going to climb that family up out of that hole? That husband, that leader, that dominance. He's going to be the one to make sure that that family is always straight. You guys are sitting having conversations because quite naturally, you want to get inside their head. You want to know why they're doing the things that they're doing. If they're saying that they don't want someone over their house, you don't let that person over their house. You want to know why, but you don't let that person in their house. This is his sanctuary. What he says goes. Just like with you. If you say you don't want somebody over your house, guess what he's not going to do? He's not going to invite them over. He already know it will be hell to pay. If he invites somebody over there and you say that this person can't come over there, you're going to spaz out. So if that is what we would do, we should expect the same thing to come from him. Don't let someone in his house that he doesn't want in his house. Me personally, I don't let anyone in his house because I don't like company. This is our domain. This is our safe space. I don't want anyone's energy coming in here except for ours. And then when you come in, I need you to go wash those energies off too. Go get in the shower. Go get it off for you as much as you can. He wants something specific for dinner? Make it. Like, marriages are not hard. We make these things hard. Guess what? When you said you wanted that house, he got it for you. When you said you wanted that car, he made it happen. You wanted that specific ring, he got it for you. These men be out here spoiling us. And a lot of times when we as women be like, oh, that's too much. He wants you to make him something to eat. That's simple. He wants you to guard his home. Not having people all up and through there. That's simple. Y'all be exclusive to each other is what you guys both are asking for. Because you're not committing adultery. That's simple. It should be simple for everyone. We don't ask for a whole lot. Now, there are some people who are difficult, who are just, you just over the top, extra extreme. But what in you chose that person? How is your energy flowing with that person? Figure that out. Now, that video was a video on how to keep the marriage alive. If you like what you heard in this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Peace.